All right, I'm gonna make some smoked jerked oxtails. So oxtails are kind of a fatty meat, so you have to, when you get them trimmed, they already come trimmed, but they come with a little bit of excess fat. So make sure you're not cutting off meat, but definitely take off the excess fat if you can, because it's going to cook into your food, which you're gonna actually drain it, but it's just better to just cut it off. And so it's just not that much fat. So I've cut about this much off of these already, so you get the point. So you see here, and then you want to turn it over to see if it's not cutting off any meat. So that's all fat, so I'm getting rid of that. Don't need that floating around. Okay, it's healthier too. So the recipe's on the website, but I'm using a couple things: jerk seasoning instead of the oxtail seasoning, which is kind of the same thing, by Spurtree. And I use this as well, which is super spicy. So if you don't like spicy food, just eliminate this, okay? I even add a couple of jalapeno peppers. So again, these two things, if you don't like really, really spicy food, just eliminate that or just decrease it a little bit. But you can find these two things because they're hard to find in the grocery store and all over the country. So I have a link for you on Boss Women Cook under KK recommended products, and just click that, and all the stuff that I use, even the Magnolite pots, the cast iron pots, all the pots and ingredients that I use that I know are hard to find, you can find them on that. Okay, so really quickly, not making a lot. This is half a pack of oxtails actually. So just thawed them out, felt like I had a taste for them, and I'm not gonna put this on here, but I'm going to season these with sea salt. And oxtails, you kind of have to over season them a little bit because they kind of don't absorb a lot of seasoning. So just never be afraid to just season it. You don't have to go overboard, but you don't have to be afraid that it's too salty or anything like that, because that's a kind of meat. All right, so I'm doing the sea salt first, and I normally marinate them overnight, but again, I'm not doing all that, but I recommend you marinating them overnight, putting them in a pan, kind of like this, or a Ziploc bag. I sometimes put them in a Ziploc bag and shake them around and put them in the refrigerator for, 4 to 8, or sometimes I did overnight, like 20 hours. So it just really doesn't matter. It doesn't gonna change anything per se, but it's good to just marinate it. So I'm getting rid of that fat there. And this is my pan that I'm gonna actually put on the barbecue pit of oxtails. Like again, this is like half a pack. So the recipe calls for an entire pack. So this is some oxtail seasoning that I get locally. You can't buy this anywhere because it's a local guy. And Prairie View alumni, hopefully he becomes nationwide soon. And then I got a friend that's making an oxtail season as well. But in the meantime, in the between time, I've given you all of the ingredients that's in this stuff on the recipe that's on the website. So you can just, you just follow the recipe, and it's everything that's in this. Okay, so don't even worry about that. And I've got you covered. All right, so now I got this, and you're like, dang, that may be a lot. But again, what did I tell you? Don't worry about that. So you can get some gloves if you don't want your hands to be dirty, because this is about to get real sloppy, but it's good stuff. So this is this jerk seasoning that I'm putting on here. Okay, and it started raining, so I'll be running in and out the rain. Trying to put it on a pit, but it's all good. And I put a little bit of this. Again, if you don't like spice, stay away. Okay, just a little bit of that. This stuff here is, whoa. And you know what? I am going to put a little bit of jalapeno. Yeah, I was like, should I not? Yep. And thyme. Okay, so thyme is very important to oxtails. There's always like a seasoning that you cannot do without with certain meats. Thyme is one of them with oxtails. Okay, just like rosemary and lamb chops. You can't make lamb chops without rosemary. You can't make oxtails without thyme. Okay, so that's kind of a staple with certain foods, and we'll get into that as we end. Garlic. I put garlic on everything. So, and minced garlic, fresh minced garlic, and a dash of Worcestershire sauce. Okay. Just kind of bring all the flavors together. I normally dash a little Italian dressing on it, but it's not necessary. I don't really think it does much, but I just like it. But I can't find mine, so we're not gonna worry about that. So here, we got all of this here, And we're going to put this all over this way. And again, ideally, I would let this marinate for a while, but time is not on my side and it's raining, and I already started a fire, which probably the rain is taken out, but it looks like I'm smoking out there, so I may be good to go. Okay, and if you kind of can hear the music in the background, I've created you guys a playlist to play as you cook. So on Boss Women Cook, you can go to Bon Appetit, and it is a playlist so you can download on Spotify. And as you can see, this is the exact playlist that I listen to. I don't have it up too loud because if I post this somewhere, I don't want to be restricted to posting videos because I'm using music that I don't have the rights to. So you just kind of faintly hear it in the background. But yeah, download that and you can crank it up loud and cook to it. Okay, and I've created it myself. So there you have it. So you see how that is, and I'm gonna let that kind of sit, and I'm gonna check on my fire, wash my hands, and clean up a little bit. So that's a key too. Clean up while you cook, so you don't have all of this mess around. You know, when you finish cooking, because sometimes that is a deterrent from cooking. It's just, you look at all the mess that you have to clean up. So definitely when you let your meat sit, and definitely let it get room temperature if you're taking it out of the refrigerator, and clean all this stuff up. Okay, all right, so we'll be back in 1 second and we'll see what happens. This is absolutely ludicrous. It's raining hard. I got an umbrella stuck between my barbecue pit. This has got to be the funniest thing. So I've smoked these on each side, you know, to where I would like to smoke them more, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So here I have the broth and the onion bell pepper that's in the recipe. Adding this now, okay? All right, real quick. Gotta go fast. Then all you do is cover it, put it back on the pit, and cover it and let it smoke for 2 hours or 3 hours or whatever the case may be. Okay? So that's that. All right, I've been like letting these smoke like 2 hours because of the rain, but you can check on them. I've been checking on them and stirring them. So here's the situation. I'm gonna let them go a little bit longer because I want them a little more tender. All right, my oxtails are almost done, so I'm going to do some asparagus, bacon wrap asparagus, and throw them on the grill since the grill is already, you know, heated. And I have some wild rice I'm gonna put with it. But listen, when you do asparagus, always cut off at least about 2 inches, 1 or 2 inches of the bottom. You don't want to eat those. It's kind of hard and gross. Okay, and this is a dull knife. Of course, you get your better knife. And when I'm bacon wrapping stuff, I'll do 3 or 4. So I'm gonna do here. Okay, so I've got 4 in this one and 3 in another. Okay, and I got 3 slices of bacon. So when you are doing asparagus, whether you're bacon wrapping them or not, you want to sprinkle them first with the olive oil, and it makes everything stick, all the seasoning that you're gonna stick with it. So we're gonna do this here. Get these out of the way. Garlic, again, I'm a big component of garlic. My hand's kind of slippery now, but put that garlic on there this way. Sea salt. Okay. Don't worry, we're gonna mix this around. And some ground pepper, okay? My hands got slippery, guys, so forgive me. Okay, and you can put it on here too. Okay, it already has salt and bacon, so you know, do this here. And if you were cooking this in the oven with a pan, you would just do this and just put it in there just like this. Okay, so all right, we got our asparagus seasoned, so I'm gonna take the first one, and just wrap it real tight. Okay, nothing special. Make sure that it's straight. Okay, and if it does that, just start it over. Put it here because once you grill it, it's gonna grill to it anyway. So I'm gonna tighten it with this over here. Okay. So it's a lost cause, so let's do away with that. So again, Just wrap it. It's not hard at all. Okay? Just wrap it really, really tight to where it stay by itself. Make sure it's straight. But even if it's not, it's no big deal. Okay? And I'm gonna put these on a grill with the oxtails and let them go until, you know, I don't have a perfect fire today, but just let them go until you think they're done. I'm gonna keep these on here a while and let them smoke because I actually like my asparagus, you know, soft and smoky and grilled and all that. So I'm gonna keep them on there as long as I keep the oxtails on there. Okay. I like to cook, you know, time and everything so everything's done together. So see, again, that one's not perfect at all, but it's gonna taste just perfect, okay? So I'm gonna put these on the grill. You don't have to see me do that, but you'll see. And just let them go. You can never, I don't think, out-smoke or out-cook asparagus because, like for me, the softer they are, the more they cook. I like it like that. So you can never really mess it up, okay? They're all seasoned up. I'm gonna put them in the season a little bit more and put them on a pit, okay? Okay, all right, so I let them smoke for 3 hours, guys. So here they are. I let the asparagus smoke, and here we go. See? All right, bon appetit. Smoked oxtails with wild rice and bacon wrapped asparagus on the pit. See you next time.